Today we're going to be moving away from solving equations and talking about inequalities. So let's first start off by talking about how we go about graphing inequalities. So when you're graphing inequalities, if you have less than or greater than, we use an open circle. On the other hand, if we have less than or equal to and greater than or equal to, we use a closed circle. We want to somehow indicate that it could be equal to that value, and so using a closed circle indicates that it could equal that value as well. Now, if the variable is on the left-hand side, you will shade in the direction that the inequality is pointing. So for example, if you have greater than or equal to, you will shade toward the right because those are pointing towards the right. And if you have less than or equal to, you will shade toward the left, as that is the direction in which those are pointing. So take a look at example 1. We're just going to graph these. So x is greater than 3. So I'm going to start off with this number line and start by labeling 3 and maybe two other values, so 2 and 4 on either side. Alright, so now because this is simply greater than and not greater than or equal to, we know we're going to use an open circle. And then because the variable is on the left, we can follow the direction in which this inequality is pointing, which it is pointing to the right. So I'm going to shade to the right of 3. So x is greater than 3. So that means anything that is to the right of 3 is what x could equal. Alright, in the next one we have x is less than or equal to -1. So again, we'll start off by putting some points down on this number line. So -1 is over here, 0 is on the right of it, -2 is on the left of it. And then this is equal to it, or it could be equal to it, so we are going to use a closed circle on -1. Again, the variable is on the left of the inequality, so we can shade in the direction that the inequality is pointing, which is to the left. So I can shade everything to the left of that. So x is less than or equal to -1, so everything to the left of or on -1 is what x could equal. Now, to solve inequalities, you do the same thing to both sides, just like you normally would when you are solving an equation. The one exception is when you multiply or divide by a negative number, you must flip the inequality sign. So if it was a less than, you change it to a greater than. If it was greater than or equal to, you change it to less than or equal to. Let's take a look at some examples. X minus 2 is greater than 5. Alright, so here we're going to start by adding 2 to both sides, just like you would with an equation. So we have x is greater than 7. Okay, and then we're also going to graph this. So 7 is here, 8 is there, and 6 is there. Alright, this is strictly greater than, so this is going to be an open circle, and we are going to shade to the right of it. X is greater than 7. Alright, the next one we have 6x is greater than or equal to -18. So to get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 6. Now notice here I'm dividing, but I'm dividing by a positive number, so I don't need to change the inequality. So simplifying this, we have x is greater than or equal to -3. Graphing this, we have -3 here, we have -2 on the right, -4 on the left. This could be equal to -3, so this is a closed circle on -3, and it's greater than or equal to it, so we're going to shade to the right. Okay, next we have x over 3 is less than 4. So to get x by itself, I'm going to multiply both sides by 3. 3's cancel on the left, so I'm left with x is less than 12. Now let's graph that. So we have 12 on the number line. We're going to put 13 and 11 on either side. Since this is strictly less than 12 and not equal to it, we will put an open circle on 12, and then we will shade everything to the left of it, because this is x is less than 12. All right, for this last one here, we have negative 2x is less than or equal to 4. Now, in order to get x by itself here, I'm going to have to divide both sides by negative 2. Now remember, anytime you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to flip the inequality. So here, if I divide by negative 2, then in the next step, I'm going to have to change that less than or equal to greater than or equal to. So this will be x is greater than or equal to negative 2. All right, and then we will graph this. So negative 2 on the number line, negative 1 and negative 3 on the other sides. And then this could be equal to negative 2, so this will be a closed circle. And then if you want to continue using that trick of looking at the inequality to know which direction to shade in, make sure you look at your answer and not the original. So our answer said x is greater than or equal to negative 2, so we will shade to the right of negative 2.